great party, isn't it?
I
I'll
think I got
intro it.
a yeah, I think I got a nice intro for you. I like those like recording guys, the hello, 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 and welcome back. You know that kind of stuff.
I'm not doing that.
No, I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna like point at you, right, and then you're gonna hop in.
Okay.
Okay, we'll work on this.
Okay.
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 Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome back to the Blood Bros podcast, the scariest place you can ever be, and with my boy Aiden Ward.
I really do not like this, but okay.
The
Um,
movie.
yeah, we're talking about Deadly Friend today, has a, which is a movie released in 1986, and it's a dumpster fire that I love dearly.
I hate it.
Okay, a little background info on it. So around like the mid 80s, Wes Craven wanted to make a movie along the lines of John Carpenter's Starman, like a sci-fi romance. And
What a
about like
hack,
when
am I
he
right?
huh?
No, sorry. I'll control myself. I control myself.
Yeah, so he wanted to make the story based on a novel called Friend, which was about this girl and boy. The girl dies and the boy tries to bring her back to life, but it fails. And so Wes Craven wanted to adapt that story, and when he finally got the film he wanted done, he showed it for test audiences, but sadly, those test audiences had his horror fans, and they wanted horror, so studio had it sent it back, demanded rewrites, demanded reshoots, and what we got is, and now we have this.
Was he in control of the rewrites and the reshoots?
He was only director.
So, but he still got to direct the scenes, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let's move on to our
Alright, yeah. Positives, yeah.
positives. You could go first.
Me?
Yeah.
Actually, Aiden, I think you might want to go first.
Just if you have at least one positive, just get it out of the way.
Maybe, no, it's just maybe like you might refresh my mind on the positive aspects to this film.
Okay, for me, I'm gonna say this right here. I fully acknowledge this movie is an utter train wreck of a film, that it's a disaster, but I would be lying. I love how terrible and how much of a disaster this is. This movie has some of the most laughably horrible stuff in any movie that I've ever seen. From people being off, people yeeting themselves off buildings, to the line delivery, to some of the musical choices from the robot that's in the movie, from the ending. This movie is horrible, but I love it so much. It made me laugh so much. Yeah, it's very hard. I'm gonna say right now, it's gonna be hard for me to like rank this on because it deserves to be criticized. But I love this movie. This will truly be a movie that you are gonna either um like Mateo hate it, or you're gonna be and love it for the train wreck that it is. But that's all the positives I got that I could say positively about this
Yes.
movie. It is a laughable train wreck, and I enjoyed it from beginning to end.
It is a train. Oh my! Positives, positives. Okay, before I go into like my whole rant thing, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Give me the. Nah, you know what? Zero positives. This movie doesn't deserve that.
Okay, mixed.
Mixed.
Yeah.
Zero mixed. That movie. Nah, get the heck out of here. Straight to the negatives.
Negatives. I'll go to
Wait,
negatives.
do you have some mixed though?
No, it's very okay. Negatives. Negatives. Basically everything you're probably gonna end up saying. Acting is terrible. Like the score is just awful, but hilarious. The robot, like, eh, there's literally no development of the romance. Like, from the moment they meet, there's like no time where it's a believable development between them and their relationship. And yeah, that's probably where the movie is just has some insane tonal shifts. Like one moment it's like the sci-fi love story, and then the next it's a horror movie.
It switches up so often. It's crazy.
And there's dream sequences that shouldn't be there. They're unnecessary. Again, another thing forced by the studio. There are okay. How about one more positive that you can't refuse? The kills are awesome in this movie.
Disagreed.
Not
The
even the
kills.
basketball kill.
All right, that one was kind of cool. Okay, I'll
Yeah,
give you that one.
that is the most. I don't care if you hate it. That is an awesome '80s
To me
kill.
though, to me, that was like the
Yeah,
only good kill. Everything else was just so cheap. You know what I'm saying?
the
Like,
face being burnt off is cheap. Tinsley, get her out. She's yeah, she's here by the way.
I can tell.
Yeah, she has a recorder. Oh no, she has a flute.
Yeah. No, that's a recorder.
She's 10 by the way, and she's a. Oh, you're 11.
Oh my God, Aiden, bro, your own sister.
I'm getting old. Huh? I'm sorry.
Oh
I'm
my
getting
God.
old.
All right.
Yeah.
They were
Like
cheap.
everything you're gonna say is probably what I would say, but I don't know. I just had a ball with this movie. This movie is laughably terrible.
All right, I'm gonna say this. What's so funny about Deadly Friend?
It's stupid. Everything about it, like from the voice act, like the acting is awful. The effects are sometimes laughable. If you've seen the basketball kill where she, after her head gets blown off, she's just wiggling around until she collapses on the floor. Some of the scenes that are supposed to be scary are not scary. The part where she just yeets herself off the building, out of the house, is hilarious. The ending where she ends up from the ending where she somehow turns into the robot to the like the the Spock, like the you know
Nah.
Star Trek fingers they're she's doing, like where
See,
she's running at the cop like yeah, and
okay,
she gets everything about this movie is dumb, delirious fun to me.
it's just all the dumb stuff, right? I'll say
It's all the
this.
stuff. It's all the stuff that is like legit. Because I don't think this movie was trying to be dumb. This movie feels like it was trying to be legit serious,
Mm.
and it ended up being hilarious to me, at least. It
Here's what
ended up
I thought. Here, so the Wes Craven scenes and like what he wanted and like he originally shot, right?
uh
And the
huh.
scenes like the reshoots are
The
really
reshoots are
apparent. Like
the
you can,
reshoots are the horror stuff.
yeah, exactly. And so, but it's super obvious too because this movie's like a huge mess. It goes from like horror thing to like Wes Craven thing, and none of it works. And here's the thing. Here's the worst, like the bad thing about it. The Wes Craven stuff is boring and undeveloped because they don't give any time to it. It's not focused. It's just there, and when it's there, it's uninteresting. But when you get to the horror aspects, it's all just so thrown in and like it's so thrown in and cheap that like I can't enjoy it. It's just lazy to me. They just threw it in last minute. Like anyone can do
Which is exactly what happened.
exactly, but it's not enjoyable to me. That doesn't make a good movie to me.
I'm not saying this is a good movie. I'm saying this is like The Happening or Nicolas Cage Wicker Man to me.
Yeah, but it feels cynical. You know what I'm saying? Like it feels like, oh, Wes Craven, you made a movie that's boring, right? So what we're gonna do is just throw in a bunch of like horror stuff last minute. It doesn't matter that this wasn't what the movie was going to be. Just throw it in, just this dumb horror stuff, and
I would be morbidly curious what the original cut was, because I guarantee that is the better version of the film.
it's
Well,
probably a more consistent film. That's for sure.
it probably is. It's just this movie. I agree with you. It is a absolute mess in tones and directions and everything. But I guess this is clearly a love it or hate it film, as we've clearly established.
Look, let me say this: when it comes to love it or hate it, right? I
Mhm.
felt for Swamp Thing, right?
Yeah,
I
we
like
both felt
that.
for Swamp Thing.
I like that. And the reason why is because there was passion. You know what I'm saying? Passion put into this.
Gosh.
This movie, Wes Craven had a passionate idea, right? They took
Yeah,
it, butchered it, and like just throw in all this stuff you've been known for, right? You don't have to do it particularly well. Just throw it in. Go out to the store, buy yourself some blood, throw it all over the actors, have them scream.
and
It's just
writers
deep.
have write this in, smash that woman's head off.
That was the
Um,
only enjoyable moment. Like if it
yeet,
was
have that girl yeet herself off of the building. Just do stuff.
such a
Make
nothing
horror
movie
fans.
though.
It's an awful movie, but I enjoyed it because of how much of a train wreck this is. And if you hate all of like the non-passionate stuff about this, you're gonna hate Cursed.
Yeah, probably. I know.
Have you heard the story behind that movie?
No, what happened? No, we'll get to that later. We'll say.
Yeah.
Remember what we were saying before this?
Yes. No
Yeah,
going on tangents. No going on tangents.
yeah, but I just
So.
I would prefer if there was passion, like a passionate, focused movie that knows what it is, right?
Mhm.
Instead of this thrown together, botched up mess, right? It's just not very
Well,
enjoyable to me.
that's movie studios for you. They like to take a director's craft and then burn it
But yeah,
and slop it together, and you're either gonna get something that's a train wreck, or to me, comedy.
but it's like it doesn't the studio knows like oh kids are gonna like or like teens are probably who this is marketed to, right? Back in the 80s
Yeah,
it's marketed to
yeah,
teens,
100%.
so they're like oh throw in this horror stuff because that's what the teens are gonna like, right? It feels so
Yeah.
corporate, like throw this stuff in,
This,
that's what's gonna make the money, let's make money.
yeah. I'm scared. I have a phone call
And
from.
I hate the robot. I'm just gonna say that I hate the robot. Okay, that little robot thing, I hate him.
I
BB
thought
or
he was
whatever his name is.
baby.
I hate that guy. No, bad.
All of this, I agree with you, but that thing was hilarious for how
No,
terrible it was. Like the
no,
weird noises make that I'm pretty sure was meant to sound serious. To me, it was like, what is this?
no. It's like. There's this word that's been described to me through listening to other podcasts that they use, right? And it's called a
Uh,
dibby, right? So a dibby's
uh,
basically like Wally or like
a
the
dibby.
dog from Up. Yeah, a dibby,
Yeah,
right? So
a
it's like
dibby.
those cute animals that movies throw in to appeal to like younger audience, right?
Yeah,
He's a dibby. I hate that guy. He's like one of the worst dibbies ever.
dibby.
Oh my god. Okay, yeah.
It's stupid.
It's dumb and I hate it so much. Hills Have Eyes Part 2 is much better.
I definitely disagree, but
No,
okay.
no, there was passion in that one.
There was zero passion. That was a
Mm,
paycheck
the
movie.
actors, no, the actors, they were giving it their all, man.
The actors gave what they gave during family reunions.
Well, no, but they're just like the actors are inexperienced, right? And they're giving their best, right? I can feel passion within that movie, right? I can feel the passion simmering off the film. You know what I'm saying? This, nah, this just ain't gonna do it. And it looks so bad too. It looks worse than The Hills Have Eyes Part 2.
Oh no,
Yes.
I will disagree with you on
The
that. This
look of it?
movie is competently shot. It
No,
is
no.
standard.
How
It's
I would describe standard is like a John Carpenter, where standard has to be at least like of a quality. You know what I'm saying? All of John Carpenter, most of John Carpenter's stuff,
most of them.
well
We don't
shot.
talk about his last two,
Yeah, we don't
especially
talk
the one
about
with
some of
Amber
his.
Heard.
Amber Heard. Oh yeah, Amber
She was
Heard.
in the ward.
She was in the ward.
Yeah, Amber Heard.
Yeah, but
The fecal bed.
I'm aware of who Amber Heard is. Okay.
We are all aware.
Uh
She
huh.
was in a John Carpenter movie. His
Yeah,
last one.
but to me, competently shot is still like good. You know what I'm saying? Where you got like
Yeah.
competently shot, it would be like John Carpenter's The Thing. You've seen that, right?
Yeah, I've seen it, obviously. That
That's a
movie is
competently shot
great.
movie. Yeah, it's a good looking movie. It's a nice looking movie. And because to
This is
me,
a made for this
this
feels
was
like a made
bad.
for TV movie.
Exactly, which doesn't live up to my standards. I expect more. You know what I'm saying?
Because you here are an artist. You watch movies with your fine wine.
Exactly, exactly. I
Vodka.
get off my Federico films and then I'm like, what
Mm,
is this crap, man? You set me up to watch.
and wine as you watch a Michael Bay movie and you're like,
Oh, not on my. Yeah,
disgusting.
exactly. I spit it right back.
Well, here's the thing. Um, I feel like I can just settle this now. You are either gonna. I'm gonna say, should we wrap up our thoughts?
Uh, I think so. I might have a few like negatives. You know what I'm saying?
Say it. Say them.
Give me a moment. I'm
If
thinking.
you hate this movie, you should be pretty obvious.
Well, it's just like this is one of the most forgettable movies I've ever watched. I watched this like a week ago, right? And I've forgotten like almost everything about it. Okay, I can
Hmm.
only remember small little moments, right?
Hmm.
And even in those moments, they suck. Like everything in this movie sucks. Okay, I can't think of a single good thing
Hmm.
except for the ball thing, I guess.
That is one of the greatest '80s kills. Let's be honest.
Greatest
That is
'80s
chest
kills?
burster level. I will argue that to the grave.
No, no, I disagree. I disagree. In
Okay.
fact, give me a moment. Give me a moment. Let me look into my brain.
Wait, no, chest burster is better.
'70s.
'70s.
That's the '70s.
No, that no. The
Chestburster?
thing that was '80s. The thing.
No. Oh, I thought you were talking about Alien.
No, like the. I should have just said What was the thing? What
The
did they
thing that
call that scene?
opens up in his
Yeah, what
chest and
did they
like
call that
eats his.
scene?
I don't know. I remember the scene. I don't know what they call it. Chestburster is for Alien.
Yeah. Well,
All right. Yeah, the thing has like way better kills. They live. They live. The final kill in that movie. Pretty dope. Um,
let's stop talking about kills.
Evil Dead. Evil Dead's got a lot better kills.
Can we
I.
move on to
All
the
right, you can move on.
end?
Yeah.
I think we should wrap up our thoughts now.
Brazil. When Robert De Niro dies in Brazil.
Stop.
Okay. Okay. I'll let you go.
I'm gonna wrap up my thoughts here. This is clearly a movie that you're either gonna love it or you're gonna despise it. Like, I feel like we represent both camps. People who love this movie because of the train wreck that it is, and you who hate it. The ends you hate it. And I'm gonna wrap up my thoughts. Go into this movie, if you are gonna watch this movie, go in with the fact that it's either gonna be a train wreck and you're not gonna like it, or it's gonna be a train wreck and you're gonna love it. Watch this with friends, by the way. Watch
No.
this.
No.
Watch this with friends.
That's
Get a
torture.
couple of sprites or root beers around and have a
No,
ball.
Aiden. I love my friends. I would never do such a thing to them.
Heh, sure.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Like this feels like torture to them, you know? They wouldn't want to sit through this.
I mean,
They wouldn't even sit through like Punch Drunk Love. Like I turned it on one day and they were like, "Nah."
hell, to be honest, us middle schoolers have sat through a lot worse.
Like what? I honestly
Shark
can't
Boy
think
and
of.
Lava Girl. Shark Boy
I
and
mean,
Lava Girl.
yeah, but like that I in my heart, that's a better movie, okay? In my heart.
Okay,
Maybe
whatever
not
you say.
actually. Maybe not actually, but in my heart, that's got some nostalgia for me.
Whatever you say, curly boy.
Curly Boy, what is this?
I don't know. I'm not. I don't think I'll quote this movie this time. I'm not feeling it with this one.
Exactly. It's not quotable. It's just dumb.
If I had,
BB, oh, ho, ho.
wait, I could quote one. Come with me, Bob.
So
Baby.
what?
It's at the end.
Ah. Oh yeah, when like the girls whispering "pee like
Yeah.
pee.
And then
I
at the credit, uh, and then at the credits, it's like, baby, baby, baby,
baby,
baby.
baby.
That's honestly kind of catchy. Not gonna lie.
But it sucks
It's
though.
huh?
Nothing. I just can't. I don't understand why you like this or why anyone. Because I'm looking at reviews of it online, right? And I'm like, this thing sucks. And
It
everyone
does
else,
suck. I'm
well,
not saying it's good.
everyone
I'm
else is
saying
like, it's alright. It's like, what you mean it's alright? This thing's trash.
this movie is trash. But for me, I laughed every second from every horrible decision making to every horrible effect to every horrible line of dialogue. I had a ball. And I would watch this again any day of the week over the Hills of Ice Part 2.
Let me just tell you right now, Hills Have Eyes Part 2 is a better movie. Outright. Like, not even like a guilty pleasure thing, is a better movie. Hills Have Eyes
Well,
Part 2 is like Citizen Kane compared to this movie.
I'd beg to differ.
What do you mean?
I had no fun or joy during Hills of Ice Part 2.
I had no fun or joy during Deadly Friend.
But you know what we can agree? We
Swamp
had fun.
Thing. Da 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 da.
I was gonna say Nightmare on Elm Street, but
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
Swamp Thing. Nah, just forgot about Nightmare on Elm Street for a second. Swamp Thing. That's the go-to. Honestly, yeah,
Else.
that's my go-to Wes Craven. When I think Wes Craven, I think Swamp Thing.
You don't think of Nightmare on Elm Street?
Honestly, no. I'm not even joking right now. Like, seriously, I think of Swamp Thing and Hills Have Eyes Part 2.
But Nightmare on Elm Street.
I don't get the hate for Hills Have Eyes Part 2. I don't I don't understand the hate, okay?
Let's stop going on a tangent. I can sense a
The
tangent.
Hills Have Eyes Part 2.
My score is going to be, and based on how I'm trying to make it reasonable, 6 out of 10.
My
6 point.
score,
Yeah,
I would give this one a 2 out of 10.
that's you being generous.
Yeah, exactly. I give it that 1 point for I don't even know why. I don't even know why I
The
gave it 1 point.
basketball thing.
The basketball. That's the 1 point this movie gets.
Yeah.
Holy heck!
Uh, 10 minutes remaining.
That's all good. I
Oh,
mean,
don't worry,
we'll
we can
wrap it
wrap
up.
this up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Well,
no big.
this has been the Blood Bros. Next up, on
A
our
guest
podcast,
episode.
we'll be covering Cars 2. We're not joking.
Yeah, sort of celebration, for we're gonna have a guest on. So this is kind of like a celebration episode since we've reached episode 10 of a
Yeah.
podcast that we're running in middle school, which I will say, Aiden, quite impressive that we
Yeah.
made it so far.
And we were celebrating via Pixar's worst movie.
Cars 2, which will be an interesting subject because the guest we're gonna be having on is
Loves it.
actually a Cars 2 apologist, so we'll have to be dealing with
I'm
some serious rhetoric.
I'm indifferent to that movie.
I hate that movie. I liked it when
Well,
I was younger, but I hate it.
uh,
You know what's better than Cars
I
2?
oddly, huh?
Hills Have Eyes Part 2. That's the better sequel, honestly.
Whatever you
You're
say.
looking at me like I'm crazy right now. I'm serious. I'm dead serious.
And next up on our Wes Craven
But
review
Hills Have Eyes
series will
Part
be The
2.
Serpent and the Rainbow. Ciao, I guess. I don't
Wait, yeah.
know.
Aiden, tell me a joke.
You're the one who does the jokes.
I don't want to do the joke.
Well,
You do the joke.
okay then. I'm gonna leave as soon as I make this joke, so, Hills of Hills of Ice Part 2 deserves the be removed from any store.
What? What's this guy talking about? Oh, also, everybody, now that he's gone, please go check out the movie Train Spotting from 1993, maybe? I don't really know. Good movie. Check it out. Bye bye.